I listened, and the soundless void whispered dreadful warning as it had done so long ago. There is room in this grave for you, too. Many blind eyes 11, dark ages seer. We could hear the screams from those other races, impossible as it was, across the airless void between stars. I ordered the borders sealed and sought the protection of the Forerunners. Call me coward if you would, but mine are a small, cautious people, and wise enough to know the difference between false pride and true power. And we're still here to tell the tale. Battle Mistress Ziranothi, Dark Ages Fleet Commander. They are in our dreams. How can they kill us in our dreams? Unknown. Dark Ages Data Fragment. Protolpit watched as the tall being stepped forward, holding up its hand. I want to know what type of terror that is. Right now, she snapped, waving her hand. On the holotank, the being gave a slight bow. Welcome, valued customers, it said again. As it raised up, it gave an expression that Protolpit knew was the terror facial expression for pleasure. Above its head a hologram flashed. I am expressing pleasure at your existence at this time. It has been uncounted eons since we had live customers at this facility. It turned and waved at the way of the means guards. I'm sorry, but privately owned weaponry, including those of a defensive or religious nature, are not permitted in this facility. While we understand that the Galactic Spur is a dangerous place, in order to ensure the safety of our customers, we must insist that all weaponry be put in secure storage during your visit. Do not allow them to disarm you, Protolpit snapped. The being was continuing. Exemptions are allowed under Section XLIV, Title 7, Subsection Q, Line 19 of the Confederate Defensive Regulations, it said. Or, if you can provide proof of residence and a valid ID card for Hamburger Kingdom residency. We will not disarm, the Way of the Means guard stated coldly. The elevator door slid back open. Then you may depart, and your customer status will be revoked. Do not leave, Protolpit ordered. I will not leave, the Way of the Means guard stated. Then your weapon shall be neutralized at your own expense, while being charged for reclamation. This will be appended to your bill under Appendix 7, Subsection 12, the being said. It made a motion, and 4 more of the terror stepped from the shrubbery. Protolpit recognized one as a female, despite the androgynous look of the others, due to the large mammaries. All of them were dressed in tight shorts, the females with a tight band across their mammaries, with swatches of diaphanous cloth arranged around their body. The holographic Trina ad appeared, snickering. We are a proud and noble people, says elf partially dressed as a joy girl, the Trina ad said. Get out of my holotank, Protolpit ordered. Make me, the Trina ad said. Protolpit looked at the technician, which just shrugged, then cringed as one of the Way of the Means guards grabbed his shoulder. Protolpit shook her head, and the guard released the technician. You can store your weapons here, one of the females said, waving a hand lazily. A cabinet rose from the floor, playing a little tune, surrounded by an iridescent nimbus. It opened, showing spaces to hold weapons. We will not, the lead Way of the Means guard stated coldly. We of the DRA. Fulton Empire do not follow the commands of others. You are a guest in this facility, valued customer, no more, no less, the original one stated. Please, store your weapons or depart this facility. No, the Way of the Means guard said. There was exclamations of shock as the rifles, pistols, and grenades suddenly dissolved into sparkling black dust that whisked away into the bushes. Cost for disassembly and reclamation will be appended to your charge statement, the lead one stated. Charge statement will be presented as group and individual, with itemized billing available upon request, as consistent with Confederate law. The holographic Trina ad just snickered and lit a smoke stick. One of the females suddenly stepped up to the chrome cube being held by a technician. Audio-visual recorder found. Stream isolated, it said. "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy," the glittering Trinidad said. It held out its hands and keyboard manifested in front of it, followed by a 2.5D screen and a chair. It sat down and started typing. Restream and multi-broadcast key found. Key valid. The Terror suddenly looked dead at the camera. Welcome Chad, Cherry, Ripple, Enjoyer, 77201. Credentials are verified, the Terror said. The Trinidad did some quick typing. Free tutorial area exploration coupons, brought to you by Countess Crayberry Blast, the Thirst Quencher. Validated and accepted. Coupons provide enough tutorial tokens for valued customers to proceed to the tutorial level, the Terror said. Protulpit turned and looked at the Trinidad. What was that gibberish? You won't get any further without some help. I'm helping you, the Trinidad said. It lifted up a can and took a long drink from the straw. Right now, you're already disarmed and have racked up fees. You don't want to cross these guys. Protulpit sneered and turned back to the holotank, showing the composite imaging from the excursion team's helmet cameras. She saw the block that had been handed to the team by the stealth-enabled Trinidad suddenly come apart into smaller bricks, each brick moving over to hover next to a member of the excursion team. Please review the terms of service. To proceed beyond this point, the terms of service and the end-user license agreement must be agreed to, the Terror said. The two agreements appeared in front of each member of the team, two scrolls that quickly rolled by, the text almost a blur, until it finished with several boxes. They were agree and disagree, with a box for a digit print and DNA signature. Just hit agree and put your thumbs on the boxes, sir, ma'am, both or neither, the Terror said. Hurry up and do so, Protulpit, practically rubbing her hands together when she realized that this would get her further into the facility. We have a 5,000 credit super chat from Drumdees Nuts 8178, the Trinidad suddenly said. They say, check out the Loppy World N00BS. Hope they greased up their cheeks. Bobco gonna get 'em, the Trinidad snickered. Indeed, they are. What does that mean? Protulpit demanded, turning back to the Trinidad, who was adjusting a microphone in front of its face. It means you're about to get screwed if you aren't careful, the Trinidad said. It straightened up. 1,000 credit super chat from Diddy Kong 3XP. That Protulpit looks like someone gave a rat meth, put it in a used popcorn bag, then shook it up till she fell out all covered in grease. Protulpit felt vaguely insulted, even though she didn't understand half of what was just said. She ignored the hologram of the Trinidad, glaring at the technician who was supposed to be getting rid of the big insect. The technician was busy at work and had 4 others near him, 2 of which kept bumping away of the mean's guard, who was starting to look angry. Protulpit waved the guard off. Her excursion team had all done as she had commanded, and were now following the Terror into the clearing beyond the hedge fence. There were reclining half-shells of woven and spun white glass, gleaming and glittering. There were comfortable cushions lining the recliners, and the Terrors each led one of the excursion team to their own recliner. The Way of the Mean's guards tried to resist, but a snapped order from Protulpit had them laying down. Well, we'll go split screen for subscribers only, the Trinidad said. 5 screens at random for Tier 6 subscribers, your choice of 3 different streams with the ability to switch streams for Tier 5 subscribers. Protulpit tuned out the Trinidad babbling on about subscription tiers. It sounded like a used vehicle sales being shilling the latest hovercar to Protulpit, and she had no time for such nonsense. The first Terror turned and looked straight at the viewpoint. Recording and viewing beyond this is forbidden without a restream token and silver Galnet broadcaster status. The screen went blank. What happened? Get it back! Protulpit shrieked. Lord High! Another technician suddenly blurted out. Protulpit turned and stared at the holotank that had previously shown the planet as well as the feed from the drones. Instead, a simple banner of "This content has been blocked" was in the middle of the holotank. At the bottom was a button that said, "Learn more." The probes and drones suddenly registered damage and went offline. Then the planet disappeared to be replaced by that, the technician said. "How are they blocking our ship sensors from seeing the entire planet?" Protulpit asked. "Oh, this guy. We need a name for him. First super chat over 5,000 credits gets to name him," the Trinidad was saying. There was a rapid set of pings. "Well, looks like this guy is named Ratface McRatfucker," the Trinidad tittered. "Well, Ratface is choosing the full sensory package with subsheathing," the Trinidad said. "Oh, he wants a family. Wow, look at him scroll through the possible mates. Oops, looks like his brain just locked up. I demand you tell me what's going on," Protulpit yelled. The Trinidad looked up. "Oh, your people are in character creation. Some of them are grabbing freebies out of the cash shop." There was a pinging noise. Joey Grabuogany says, "Half of those little rat guys are locked up, just staring at the mate selection screen. Are they having a stroke?" "No, Joey. I think they just never got asked what they want in a mate, and now they're trying to process a completely new thought process." "Character creation?" Protulpit asked. The Trinidad turned back to her. "You have to create an avatar to interact with the world down there unless you want to go full on real sim. But that's risky, since nobody's SU'd up anymore, and if you die, well, you die." Protulpit just stared. Part of her was aware this was more information than any other excursion had ever gotten, but she was still trying to process it. "I want to see," she said. The Trinidad tossed out an orb that bounced in the holotank. "Here's the GalTube address for my gaming stream. Why can't I look at the video like you are?" she demanded, feeling annoyance rise. "They're carrying my restream token," the Trinidad said, like that answered her question. "Show me the video," she demanded. "And Break Bobco restreamed us?" "Not on your life, lady," the Trinidad said. There was a ping. Eats with Face Rolls asks, "Why are you showing this loser? She looks like she should be chewing bags of grain on a primatism world somewhere." "Well, Eats, she's the commander of this expedition. Without her, we wouldn't be getting this great content." "Who are you speaking to?" Protulpit asked, bruxing her back teeth in anger. "Subscribers who are donating to me," the Trinidad said. "Show me," she demanded again. "Tap the orb. It'll open up Galnet for you. The Admiral will allow you a single Galnet node access," the Trinidad said. Feeling a low burn of anger, Protulpit touched the icon. It bounced, then opened up to a window, demanding that she put in her login credentials. Feeling the burn of humiliation, she took the time to register a Galnet account, submitting to a biometric scan. She felt slighted that she only had a trial account, a guest account with a Trinidad Admiral as her sponsor. The Trinidad tossed her the link, and the red and silver of the Galnet connection blurred, then steadied on a page showing a Trinidad in a military uniform in one picture, wearing a big hat with guns in its hands on another, and another of the Trinidad apparently dancing. The statement, "Stream is for subscribers only," floated up. She tapped subscribe, and bruxed her back teeth when she saw that apparently it cost 250 credits to become a basic subscriber, and her account had no credits because it wouldn't recognize any bank account she was willing to put in. "Let me in," Protulpit demanded. "Buy a subscription." "Nobody rides for free," the Trinidad answered. There was another ping. "Oh, one of my subscribers just donated you a Tier 9 subscription. You can watch me and the chat, but you can't answer or talk in chat." Protulpit snarled and tapped on the screen until it cleared. It showed the Trinidad, wearing a hat that had an LED edging on the brim that constantly changed color, a vest with cartoon characters on it, and a wrap draped on its abdomen that read, "Classic Charlie Moo Moo Power Hour" on it. The Trinidad looked up in both the screen and the little hologram. "Well, welcome, I am Lord High Protulpit. I'd have you on the show, but I don't want to, the Trina ad said. What's happening to my people? She demanded. She heard her own voice echo a few seconds later. They're in character creation, I told you that, the Trina ad said. It lifted up a bowl of some semi-solid that was white, red, and blue swirls, sliced off some with a blade arm, and put the curl of solid in its mouth. There was a ping, and the banner that appeared said, Hergy-lurgied in 9781, 2,000 credits. Is that the head rat lady? Yes, it is. She's joined us, the Trina ad said. Another ping. Another weird name of Superduperhaimruza 682, with an amount of money and the message. She looks dumber than my right-hand sister's butt. Protolpit felt insulted, but realized she couldn't do anything about it. Growling to herself, she sat down in a hastily procured chair and watched the Trina ad show. I will have my revenge for treating me, the empires will made manifest, in such an insulting manner, she thought to herself.